So, here we go again. We're gonna make a bottle. This is the demo for making a bottle. And all of the beginning portions of this start the same. So we're gonna center the clay, and then clean off the wheel head. Everything is braced to 2 hands. Release your hands slowly, you'll be more successful. We're gonna open the clay, 2 thumbs together coming down from the center. And when it's time for your thumbs to start splitting apart or to lift your arms off the splash pads, it's time to switch to position 2. Brace your hand, your left hand coming straight out from your belly button. It's only holding there as a platform. Take your upper hand, drop it down, and pull the fingers back towards the tip, towards your belly button. So that you have that nice kind of undercurve, something to grab onto when you're lifting. Finally, take a kind of a nice trench so you have something to grab onto. Slow the wheel down until it's at a walk in the park pace. It's nice to have your sponge next to you so that you can support the clay. Arms are braced on the splash pan. They are not on my knees. Do not make that mistake. It's pretty important. Your knees tend to move and the splash pan stays in place. So if you need stability, you can control the clay a lot better when all you're moving is your wrists. Second position, my arm has to be off the splash pan, my left arm does. It's still connected with my right hand. So I lock up my scapula and my back to support that left arm and make it stay stable. Anytime your clay feels a little bit like it's too dry, just go ahead and take your hands off slowly and then add a little more water. Okay. Compact the lip, letting it run through your hands. And then right above your fingers, you're not pinching, just right above your fingers, you press down with the clay to make it stronger. Reach in, get some of the water out. You begin using your sponge just to push out the bottom of the clay so that your bottle has a little more room, maybe a little more volume. Yes, you can make like a genie bottle on the wheel, but we're just going to try for something like a lotion jar. We have some pumper things that you can put inside them. Make sure your water is out of the inside of the clay. Put your hands in a C position and begin necking. So my hands can overlap each other. I'm going to make sure that they're wet so there's no friction. Close the clay together, moving up. At this point, as it begins to wrinkle, you can easily come back in and begin finishing off your lip. The neck on this is a little too tall for a lotion jar or a soap dispenser, so I'm just going to cut it off with my needle tool. My sponge here. Compact the lip. I'm just taking off a little bit of extra material there. One more time. Let's make sure that we neck this in so it's small enough for that cork for the lotion container to fit into. So here we have a nice little bottle. Somewhere you can put kind of a ribbon around it. That would be nice. Compact the lip. And then the nice thing about bottles is that they're sort of enclosed. They're kind of like a little balloon. And so here you have this little bottle, and if you want to, potters for years have been doing kind of neat things where they can take a little piece of plastic and maybe a rubber band, and then as the bottle is shrinking, sometimes it'll get just a little more buoyant because the air is going to stay the same size and the clay is going to shrink. Or you could just cheat and go a little bit faster and get a clay mustache. So you're going to lean forward and then seal your lips onto the top. I'm going to expect you to do this next. So here we go. And lean forward. And then you have a clay mustache. For a while. But you can kind of see how they grow. You can't blow it so hard that it's going to blow right out the side, obviously. But it is kind of something. Now, you don't want to do this and then mess with the clay a lot. You want to do it. How much clay do I have on my face?
Just a little right here. It's stained.
I know, it's going to be there forever. It's like the bad spray on tan. Anyway, so at this point, now that you've changed it, sometimes it'll even tweak the shape a little bit off to one side. So you got to be careful. The only thing you should have left to do to your pot is just finish out the lip where you kind of changed it by holding your hands nice and steady. And then you're done. And it becomes this cute little kind of sort of fruity shaped vase. Like a pear or something. Any questions?
Did you have to raise the lip or whatever with your knuckle?
I cheated. Yeah, you can do that. If you want the inside to be different, you can actually buy material. Like I said, you probably shouldn't do this too much, but I could just drop my hand right inside and make it a little rounder. Kind of push it out, alter the shape. But at this point, since I've done that, the top section of this is now a little bit too fat to hold the little plunger thing, the little cork. It's kind of nice to take and just sort of clean up the edges a little bit. Makes it a lot easier to trim. So I need to end this by making it a little bit narrower on the inside. So once again, I'm going to do a tiny little necking piece. Compact the lip. And we're out of time.